Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Welcome to Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business. I am your host, Mark Stephen Pooler. We have a wonderful guest on the show today, Dr. Cheryl BryantBruce. Really looking forward to another conversation with an incredible guest again, Dr. Rhonda. Welcome, Dr. Rhonda, my co-host for today. How are you today?
I'm doing amazing, Mark. Thank you so much for this collaboration. This is going to be an amazing show, and I'm really looking forward to our guest.
I'm really looking forward to our guest too. Shall we do a little bit of an introduction? We haven't done this before. Let's show what our audience, what they have to look forward to today.
I am amazing. I am the change I want to see. Have you ever wanted to change the world? Have you ever felt a need to reach deep down inside and make a difference? Do something significant. Now, I know there are some of you out there saying that the only thing that you want to change is the password to the Netflix without your kids knowing about it. Okay, I understand you. I get you. But in all seriousness, you're here for a reason. You may not know what your purpose is yet, but you know that you're here to make a difference, or you wouldn't be here.
Who doesn't want to change the world, Dr. Rhonda?
Absolutely, 100%, Mark. I think deep down, every single person on the planet wants to be able to have a positive impact on the world, to be a change maker or a change agent for sure.
Serving others and helping others, definitely the way forward. We are streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. We're also on the E360 TV network. We're also on USA Global Radio and Television Network. We're also on Business Innovators Radio Network, and we're also on mspnewsglobal.com. Let's bring in our incredible guest, Dr. Cheryl BryantBruce. Dr. Cheryl, welcome to Brilliance Business TV.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here with you and Rhonda. I'm very much looking forward to this conversation.
I'm really looking forward to a conversation with you too. Let's get started with the show. So, Dr. Cheryl, the windmill healthy lifestyle paradigm is a unique approach to holistic well-being. Can you explain how the 6 blades, emotional, mental, physical, financial, family, and social work together, and why the spiritual core is the foundation? Great question there.
Well, initially I started out with the Pillars platform, but I realized that that's a very static platform and people are very, very dynamic. So I came up with the avatar of a windmill because a windmill is constantly in motion. And that's how life is. That's how we are, or how we should be. Because if we're not, we're stagnating. If you're stagnating, you're dying. So I came up with the concept of a 6-bladed windmill on a sturdy base, and it's hard to find a 6-bladed windmill. There is an acronym that makes the sound of emphasis, but it's EMPFFSS. And the first 6 letters go on the blades. It's emotional, mental, physical, financial, family plus 5 ride or die friends, social, and then on that sturdy base, the foundation, the core of our existence, of who we are, is the S for spiritual. Because, the storms of life come through and they batter you around and your blades are constantly whirring around. If that core, that foundation, your connection with everything in the universe, everybody, is solid, doesn't matter how much those blades are beat around, you stand stable, and eventually life calms down and everything goes back to a smooth rotation. Now, the importance of the windmill, however, is that we all go under the assumption that in order to have a good, abundant life, everything has to be in balance. But that's not even realistic. Life is never in balance. We cannot multitask well. And just like in the windmill, the blades are constantly moving. There's always only one blade at the top. And that's the blade that you put the majority of the attention on at the time. The thing is, you have to remember to keep the windmill in rotation so that all of the blades get attention.
That's very, very important. I like how you've got the spiritual part at the bottom, however you want to call that. And I think that's so important. And I like how you've put all of the assets of life all around the windmill as well. Over to you, Dr. Rhonda.
Yes, I love that analogy. I love how you use the sort of analogy of the windmill and how it relates to our life and the six blades. I just think that is so brilliant. So thank you for sharing that. I actually had the image in my mind of a windmill with six blades, rotating, and how, yes, wind and maybe even heavy winds can come, but how you have to keep them in rotation. Brilliant, Dr. Cheryl, brilliant. And so that brings me to the next question. You emphasize that balance is a fallacy and that the focus shifts depending on life's challenges, right? And so,
Absolutely.
yeah, so how can we apply this concept when we are feeling overwhelmed by responsibilities? Because of course, many of us has probably been there, feeling overwhelmed by life when life be lifing, right? So share with us, how can we apply that concept when we're feeling overwhelmed by responsibilities?
Well, I am one of those people who stays constantly overwhelmed by responsibilities because I'm constantly putting way too much on my plate. And I learned very early, again, that you can only really focus effectively on one thing at a time. So I think one of the important things that you have to do in order to accomplish the things you need to do and to not overstress yourself is to just take a step back, woosah, and acknowledge that you don't have to do everything at once. Take a little mental health break, take good three good deep cleansing breaths to let out all of the stress. And then pick which blade is supposed to be at the top and focus on that. And you can give yourself a finite amount of time to focus on it if you know you have a lot of things that you need to attend to. So you focus on that one blade and work on it to the point that you effectively feel that you have done your very best for that time allotted. And that's all you have to do is your very best, not somebody else's very best, your very best. And then let your blades rotate and you can pick another blade to work on.
That's brilliant. I love how you make it sound so simple and easy. It's not complex at all. It's very practical. You made it sound very practical.
It is practical, and it really isn't that complex. We make our lives much more complex than they have to be. But if we let go of some of our drama and just focus on what's important, all of a sudden it starts to make a lot more sense and it becomes a lot more organized and the flow becomes much simpler. So, again, the storms, the winds are hitting, but once you get yourself, into your groove, get it all wrapped up, then the blades start to whir smoothly and they slow down and life calms down into a manageable pace.
Getting in the flow and getting the balance right and prioritizing which parts you're meant to be working on, really, really important. Now, Dr. Cheryl, financial wellness is often overlooked in traditional health conversations. How does financial stability impact overall well-being, and what are some practical steps people can take to strengthen this blade of the windmill?
Now, it's really interesting because financial health is often overlooked. And I would say that it is one of the most important blades. Not that money is the most important thing or should be the most important thing in our life, but the thing that makes it the most important is financial struggles are actually one of the most stressful things that we encounter. And they're often the reason that marriages break apart. So, the stress that having the finances out of balance causes can be tremendous. So, by getting a handle on our finances, then we can help to level out the stress hormones that disrupt every aspect of our lives. They disrupt our thought process. They clearly disrupt our emotions, but they also disrupt our physicality. And stress leads to dis-ease, which leads to disease, which eventually leads to death. So we don't want to do that too soon. What can we do to reduce some of that financial stress? Well, one of the important things is becoming financially literate. Educate yourself in finances. And the other thing that you should do, I don't like to go into the shoulds, but this is a should. This is really a should. You should set yourself a budget. Now, if you're not one of those folks to sit down and write things out on paper, set that budget in your head. But there should be a budget. You have a finite amount of money that you're working with. You need to prioritize. Again, there's that word, that prioritization. You need to prioritize where those dollars are going to go and the amounts. Once you have that idea, then you're able to put on the brakes if things are flowing too fast, or if you need to move some monies around to make something else work. You know where those monies are coming from, and you know what you have working in those areas. So you're not blindsided with debt that you didn't see coming.
I think that's so important, Dr. Cheryl. Looking after our emotional and mental health is so important. And like you say, money causes a lot of problems as well. So it's taking care of our finances, which is really important as well. Dr. Rhonda, over to you.
Yes, honey. I know, a lot of people say, oh my goodness, I need to be better with money. I need to, be more frugal. I need to be a better steward. I need to have a budget. I need to get out of debt. I mean, so many money goals,
Mm-hmm.
right? And not only that, but I realized, I know for me growing up, one of the biggest things that my parents had disagreements about was the money, was
Mm-hmm.
about when they got paid, how to spend the money, you know.
Yes.
So it can be a huge, sometimes the center of a lot of disagreements of, you hear the saying, oh my goodness, money is the root of all evil, which isn't
Right.
true, right? The love of money is the root of all evil. But I just remember growing up with a lot of negative thoughts about money. And I know there are a lot of people in the world who are trying to aspire to have more money so that they can do more things, have bigger dreams. They want to own their own businesses and be entrepreneurs. And so that kind of brings me to my next question, Dr. Cheryl. Your windmill healthy lifestyle paradigm, right? It
Mm-hmm.
emphasizes a holistic approach to
Right.
success.
Right.
So, how do health and wellness directly impact a woman's ability to thrive as an entrepreneur?
Women are the base of the windmill. Women are the core of our community. The foundation of every community is where you find women. They focus on community health and wellness. They focus on education. If you empower women financially, they create the success of the community. It is important to empower women to self-empower for health and wellness, because women as a whole worldwide are instructed in and expected to fit into the box of caretaker, nurturer, giver. And we're expected to martyr ourselves to everybody, family, community, all of that. But if a woman does not self-care, if she doesn't take care of her mental health, if she doesn't take care of her physical health, then she starts to draw from an empty well. You cannot get water from an empty well. So it's important for women to self-care, for women to take time out. And I mean, it doesn't have to be big time out, even 20 minutes a day to take time for herself and replenish herself, regather her energy, because women spend their days putting energy out, giving energy to the entire rest of the world. At some point, she has to restock, though, in order to be able to continue to give. And if she takes good care of herself, if we take good care of the women in our communities, then her cup continuously runneth over, and the community as a whole is healthier. And statistically, it has been shown that communities that empower women and who put time, energy, and monies into women do significantly better. Women-owned business outpace male-owned businesses 2-to-1 in terms of their productivity and their accomplishment. We need to put that energy into helping women empower themselves.
Brilliant. I love it. I love it. I love how you talked about, women are sort of the, I think sometimes in the household, we're kind of the nucleus of the family. I mean, I know
Yes,
that,
absolutely.
gender stereotypes will tell you, yes, men are typically the providers and the protectors.
Yes.
But women hold things together, right? So I see and I understand your point about making sure specifically that about their health and their wellness and how it affects the ability not only for themselves to thrive, but I feel like the household is much better when the woman is healthier.
Absolutely. If you have a healthy woman, you have a healthy man, because women take care of their men, and we take care of our children, and we take care of our communities. So a healthy woman portends for a healthy community. I want to go back on just one thing that we touched on, though, the financial success. We talked about everybody wanting more money.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of wanted to emphasize to people, if you have enough of the things you need, not the things you want, have gratitude for what you have, because people get more money, but with more money, with success comes more stress and bigger bills. So, we think, oh, if I have, all of this money, then I won't have to worry about anything. Oh, no, you just have to worry about bigger bills and more hands out reaching for the money. So it comes with, it's a double-edged sword there. So be happy where you are, because
I hear
it's
you.
kind of like, it's kind of like when you're raising children and, when they're little, you're like, oh, I can't wait until they're out of diapers. And, I can't wait until they're walking. And at each stage you realize, oh my goodness, I kind of had it pretty good back then, and I can't wait until the next stage. So, it's the same thing with money. Oh, I can't wait until I have more money. And then you're like, you know what? I kind of might have been a little bit happier when I had a little bit less.
Absolutely.
I think being grateful for what you have as well is really, really important, because sometimes you forget all the blessings that are already all around you. So I think that's really important. Dr. Cheryl, your business endeavors are as multi-pronged as your paradigm. What are your latest business ventures we should know about?
Well, I'm really excited because I have two new ventures, actually kind of three, but two new major ventures. One of them is the Miss Corporate America organization. I just became the president of Ms. Nevada Corporate America, and it is a platform for elevating women in business and doing exactly what we were talking about, nurturing women, applauding women for the successes that they have, creating networks of women who are able to support each other and fill each other's wells. So we are in our first year of the national competitions. I came in a little bit late, so we decided not to hold our actual inaugural competition this year, but we did already elect our queen and her first runner-up. So Dr. Misha McLean is our beautiful queen, and our first runner-up is a lovely woman named Angela Lynn. We call her Angela Lynn, and she is really interesting because she is representing the deaf community. And she is doing all kinds. Yeah, I knew you would love that. I knew you would love that, Rhonda. She's doing all kinds of exciting things, and she's showing that there are no limits to what you can do when you're properly empowered and you're properly nurtured and supported. So we're very excited about both of our queens. The other new endeavor I have is that I have started an olive oil company, Epic Savoir Faire, extra virgin olive oil, and olio nuovo. And we have a superior line of olive oil. And, olive oil has become all of the buzz these days. Everybody talks about Evo, and, we want to get our Evo in. Olive oil does lots of amazing things for our body that all stem from cutting down inflammation in the body. And we have a superior line of olive oil. And I'm so excited to say it's a high-end olive oil. It's not the cheap stuff, but everyone who has purchased the olive oil has come back with rave reviews. They're like, this is amazing. And immediately as soon as you pour the olive oil that you have something different. It has this nice green, rich color. It has a wonderful aroma. The flavor is amazing. And people are just like, it makes my food taste so good. But the medicinal properties of this olive oil as an anti-inflammatory are significant. So definitely you want to get your Epic Savoir Faire extra virgin olive oil. And then finally, our last product that we have is from the Algonaut line of products. It's algonaut.com. It also is based in an olive oil, but it has a lot of other nice ingredients that, again, they cut down on inflammation, but they do it in a little bit different ways. We've all heard of antihistamines, and generally we deal with just histamines, but there's a cell called a mast cell that opens up and spews all those histamines out. Histamine is only one of the things it spews out. There are about 200 other mediators of inflammation that are spewed out. So we have a product that actually addresses those other mediators and helps with allergies, helps with inflammation of all sorts, helps with brain fog. So a lot of us are dealing with brain fog, either from medicines, from our toxic environment, from stress, from illness. So brain fog is a major thing, and we all are exposed to toxins on a daily basis, and this product helps to protect us from those. So I'm really excited about these products, and I'm excited about our talk show, Chatters That Matters. Let's talk about it. We have been getting some exceedingly interesting guests, a lot of celebrity guests. We're addressing a lot of different issues, but a lot of them are surrounding mental health because we are in a mental health epidemic, as you well know, Rhonda. We've talked about this frequently. Dr. Rhonda had a wonderful conference several months back now, where we addressed the questions of mental health and how to manage it. So I've been really excited about having guests on talking about ways to manage mental health issues and other health issues as well, and just dealing with this complex world that we're living in these days. So I'm excited about all of the things that we're working on right now.
Dr. Cheryl, there's so many exciting things you're working on. Firstly, all of the great products that are supporting people with things like inflammation, brain fog. Who doesn't want support with brain fog? And then also with your discussions, even discussing mental health, that can help so many people just by hearing those little tips of how to cope with mental health. And I love the work you're doing. Now, people can connect with you, Dr. Cheryl, at the celebrity dot. Sorry, let me say that again. People can connect with you at the celebritydoc.net. That's the celebritydoc.net, the celebritydoc.net. Who should connect with you, Cheryl? Who's your dream person that you would love to hear from? Who should connect with you?
My dream person is anyone who is serious about improving their health and elevating their energy for an abundant, purpose-filled life. If you're not serious about doing the work, don't waste my time or yours. And I'm serious about that because time is at a premium. And there are people out there who really do want to change their lives. So if you're not serious about doing the work, I'm not the one to contact. There are lots of other doctors out there who will give you a pill, okay? But if you're serious about doing the work and you want to make some changes in your life, you want to talk about healthier products, you want to talk about coping mechanisms, you want to talk about, well, what do I need to do to improve the state of my physical health, my finances. Now, I'm not your financial guru, but I have some people on board who are fantastic at helping you work through your financial literacy and putting you on a road to create generational wealth. So if that sounds like you, then by all means, reach out, give us a call. I'm on all of the social media under my name, at Cheryl BryantBruce, MD. And if you can't find me, just Google me. I am everywhere.
Yes,
I
you
would
are.
encourage everyone to go to the celebritydoc.net. That's the celebritydoc.net. And like Dr. Cheryl said, you can get her on her social media as well under Dr. Cheryl BryantBruce, MD. What a fantastic guest. What do you think, Dr. Rhonda?
Amazing. So full of just a lot of knowledge and wisdom, and gave us a lot of nuggets for us to be able to have a healthier lifestyle. I love all the great things that you're doing, Dr. Cheryl. Bravo.
Thank you. And come on over and join us on the Chatters That Matter platform where we're on the air. The shows are, if you go to the website, go to the bottom of the website, you can see all of the shows, you can see what's coming up, and you can see the shows that you might have missed in the past. So come on in, like, share, comment, join us.
Love it. Congratulations
Thank
on all
you
your
so
success.
much.
Thank
you so much, Dr. Cheryl BryantBruce. I'm just closing the show and I get tongue twisted. Thank you, the incredible Dr. Cheryl BryantBruce.
You got it.
I do get tongue-tied at times. And thank you again, my wonderful co-host, Dr. Rhonda. Another great show.
My pleasure.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. The pleasure's all ours. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.